Welcome to the Untrained Experts, a podcast for combat sports and fight news.
Welcome back to another episode of Untrained Experts. This is episode number 14. So, dude?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Not much.
Just chilling.
Yep.
Got me a fresh little haircut today. I'm feeling good.
I need one so bad, man. I gotta go.
What is better than a new haircut?
It's not much.
When you get one, like, you just feel like a new person.
Mm-hmm. You really do.
Yeah, I got a nice little fade today, and I'm ready to tackle the world.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I need to get one myself. I've been putting it off. I just haven't felt like it.
Dude, it's just the best feeling. Especially if you get your beard and everything done. I love it.
Yeah. In between haircuts, I always just kind of trim my beard here, but it's nice to go get it all done at once.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do it yourself, though.
Yeah.
Man, we had some good fights over the weekend.
For sure. A lot.
Yeah, more than I thought.
Yeah.
For the cards we had.
Mm-hmm.
We had, what was that, Bellator?
223.
223.
Musasi versus Lovato Jr.
Yes. What you think about Musasi?
It sucks to see him lose.
I know. People were saying he's the best.
Yeah.
Like, people were regarding him as the best.
Yeah. I mean, at least it was a decision. At least he didn't get knocked out, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, but...
It seemed like a pretty decent fight.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad fight, but...
He definitely won rounds.
I thought Musasi could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
He could have... He didn't seem like himself, really.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have put a lot more pressure. He kind of, from what I saw, he sat back a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't put as much pressure.
He definitely won rounds, but I mean, it just, you know, it always sucks to see a fighter you like lose.
Yeah, I know. I've always loved Musasi, too.
Yeah.
He
was good, man. He's always been good. And we had Melvin Manhoof on that same card.
Really?
Legend.
Been in the game for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, he won unanimous decision over Kent Kapiunin. And there's a lot of... I mean, I guess I'm not real familiar with Bellator's fighters that much. I mean...
Some of them I am. It just depends.
Yeah.
But.
The undercard, Paul Daly and Eric Silva fought. Paul Daly won a unanimous decision. I didn't realize that fool has... He's 41-17-2.
Paul Daly? Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he had that many MMA fights.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. That's a lot.
He's got a lot of experience. Well, that's why when MVP fought him, there was so much...
That's 65.
People were like, you know, if MVP can win this, he's really good.
Yeah.
MVP's lost since then, but...
I knew
Paul Daly is just super experienced.
Yeah, I knew he had been around a while, but Jesus.
Yeah, the dude's...
I didn't know he had 65. That's like... That's crazy.
Well, it's crazy to think he never really wrestles that much, but against MVP he tried to wrestle. It's like, you fought that many times, you might as well try some different stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, then the James Gallagher fought Jeremiah Labiano, who won unanimous decision. There's a lot of decisions.
That was a decent fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of decisions on this card. You know, Gallagher lost his last fight. He was 8-0. He lost his last fight.
My bad.
That's cool. And then so he won this one. So I mean, he's back to winning. Let's see, you know, how long it'll last or whatever, but. He seems pretty talented. Like, he's been showing some good things.
Yeah.
You know. Interested to see where he goes. He's a shit talker, so he's got to back it up.
I was about to say he's got a mouth on him for sure.
Yeah, I missed a lot of this. I didn't get to see much of this. I didn't realize. You know, we looked it up when we did the last podcast, and I searched Bellator 223, and then I searched Bellator June 22nd or whatever.
And they don't make it easy.
And they didn't pull any of it up.
Like, UFC and ESPN and all that is everywhere. Like, if you Google anything UFC, they'll take you right to where the cards are. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I couldn't even
Bellator needs to do a better job of promoting, honestly. Because, hell, dude, I didn't even know there was a Bellator card, and we're supposed to know our shit. Like, and, hell, I mean, I looked, you know, I do all kinds of research and stuff, and I never even knew there was a Bellator card. I mean, maybe I need to get some Bellator notifications on or something, but I think they need to make it easier to access all their stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I went to Google and typed in Bellator June 22nd.
I can go back and watch the fights and stuff, but you know, it's nice to know like when a card's going to be on, so I can watch it, especially if I can watch it live.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to catch it anyway with as much as we had going on, you know.
Yeah, but
with UFC Fight Night 154.
Yeah, we had a lot of other fights going on. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, I mean, I'm always gonna watch a UFC card unless it's just a really good Bellator card and a crappy UFC card. If there's anybody I like on the UFC card that's playing around the same time, I'm gonna focus my attention on the UFC card just cause.
Yeah, it was between that and then the bare knuckle. I was trying to watch it all, but but Fight Night 154, some pretty good fights on there.
Oh,
it wasn't the most stacked card, but I mean it's pretty good.
There was some good fights. They're not a whole lot of well known fighters, but a lot of really good fighters. Yeah, and some pretty experienced fighters on there as well.
Yeah, Andrea Lee won her fight decision, and then Andre Ewell versus Anderson Dos Santos. That was a good fight. I watched that one. Andre Ewell won by decision. I think it was unanimous.
Yeah, in the third round,
yeah. And then co-main event, which I believe was supposed to be Lineker and Rob Font.
Yes, it was.
I think Rob got hurt or something. He had to pull out of the fight, I think.
Yeah, so Randy.
Yeah, they just moved that fight up. Brian Barberena and Randy Brown. Randy won the third round TKO.
Randy's been kind of going hard lately.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good fight, too.
Yeah, he caught him in the third round, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then the main event, Korean Zombie, Naoto Moicano.
The Zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love the way. I love how much pressure he puts on people in the fight.
He's so fun to watch.
Yeah, he
just never stops.
No, he's just pushing.
Yeah.
I love watching him.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
But Naoto Moicano, I mean, I don't know. I figured he was going to show up more in that fight, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, he his last fight was against Jose Aldo.
Yeah, and he lost.
He lost that fight.
Yeah.
He's beat some good guys. He beat Cub Swanson. He beat Calvin Kattar.
Oh yeah, bro. He's got a lot of.
He beat Jeremy Stevens. Like he's beat some good guys.
Yeah, he beat Cub. I mean, yeah, he's beat a lot of solid people, but when it comes to the high level, like he's lost to Brian Ortega. Mm-hmm. He's losing to Korean Zombie. Like he can't really. Yeah. It's those really high caliber, like that next level of fighters. It seems like.
Yeah. Speaking of Jose Aldo, did you see he's not retiring now?
Oh, he's gonna stay.
Yeah, he signed like another 6 or 8 fight deal with UFC.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That dude's just gonna go until he has all the brain damage.
I guess, man.
He's been in some. Oh man, Jose Aldo's been in some wars. Mm-hmm. Just some crazy wars.
It's crazy. He went so long without losing, and now he's lost ever since Conor beat him. He's been win 1, lose 1 or 2.
Yeah, win 2, lose 2. He's never been able to go on a streak again. Mm-mm. I think Conor just ended his career in a way. I mean, not really, but
yeah,
he definitely was. He's never been the same since. Kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. What do you think's next for Korean Zombie?
Man, I don't know. I think they give him anybody.
With next.
Yeah, they can give him just about anybody, and it's gonna be a fun fight.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's such a good fighter. It's one of those things you can put him in there with anybody, and he's gonna compete. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, he knocked that dude out in 50 seconds.
Yeah.
48 seconds, something like that. Didn't last long. I mean, he just.
Yeah, featherweight's so stacked.
Main event we've seen in a long time.
Featherweight's so stacked. It's you can give him anybody, but there's so many guys that we want to see against other guys. We don't want to see them, taking any chances. I don't know.
As Korean Zombie and Brian Ortega, they never fought, have they?
I don't think so.
That might be just a good fight. I think it's a good fight for Brian, really.
Yeah, I think he's expecting something in September. He posted something the other day saying September ready.
Oh, so he might be on that September card?
Maybe, that's what I'm wondering.
Even Dustin. That would be good. Ortega would help fill out that card really well.
Damn, I didn't know Korean Zombie beat Dustin Poirier back in 2012.
Really?
Yeah.
It's one of Dustin's losses?
Yeah. 4th round submission.
See, I'm telling you, bro. Korean Zombie, and he's been in the game for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's one of those dudes, you know. To me, he's almost like another gatekeeper, kind of like a RDA.
Yeah, his first fight in the UFC was in 2011. March 26th, 2011. He fought Leonard Garcia.
Damn.
Yeah, he went on a streak.
Minute, bro.
Well, I guess he had like a 4-fight win streak, and then he lost to Aldo in 2013.
That's, I mean, you know, respectable person to lose to for sure. Especially at that time, Aldo was the best.
Yeah, man. We also had there was a boxing. Jamel Charlo defended his title this weekend. Knocked this dude out. He dropped the guy, and then the refs, or he got back up before the 10 count, and the ref, checked on him, and he seemed, to me, he seemed like he was still out of it, but the ref asked him if he was all right or whatever, and he said yeah, and he came forward and got knocked out like almost immediately. And the fight was over. Like, he should have stopped it after the first knockdown.
Like, I think I might get knocked out.
He's like, hey man, you need a little more CTE? All right, come on, get back up. Let's fight. One more punch.
Thanks a lot, ref.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes they can't tell, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the hardest job ever, being a ref. Like, I mean, it's hard to look at a guy and know whether or not that dude is.
But it seemed like the dude was still kind of like off balance, like on the ropes, kind of leaning a little bit. You know, the ref should have had walk to me like they always do. You know, come to me so he can walk and make sure he's not stumbling and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, make him do a sobriety test or something.
Yeah.
Walk a straight line. If you can't do that,
touch your nose.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, though. I mean, literally, when guys get wobbled like that, it's almost like they're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine how bad that is for your brain. It can't be good.
Yeah, I mean, you're damn near, basically knocked out, and then you get up and get knocked out again.
Yeah, like, that's just, ugh. What a tough sport. But we love it.
For sure.
We got, they announced Covington Lawler.
Yeah. Yeah, that fight was supposed to be on the card this weekend. Lawler
they put it on August 3rd
Woodley.
card.
Yeah.
That's is that the Stipe DC card?
No, I think that's the 19th. August 19th.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a little later in August, I think. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see.
That's a good fight, though, man.
Yeah.
I think Colby, do you think he's about it with Robbie?
Man, that's a tough fight.
Man. That's.
You said August 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the main event right now.
It's tied for August 3rd. I don't know if it's if they for sure have the date for August 3rd.
Okay. Yeah, the main fight right now, our main event right now, is Volkan Ozdemir and Alir Latifi.
On that card?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, Shevchenko's sister's fighting on there. Other than that, it's a lot of, not a lot of big names.
I still can't believe Dustin beat Max. Just randomly thought about that.
Yeah. So, we also had Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship number 6 this weekend. BKFC 6.
Shout out to Artem for putting down Paulie.
Yeah.
Thank God. So many people. Oh man, there's so many people hating though. There's so many people that are on Paulie's side.
Well, the weird thing is, there's no. I looked all online trying to find it, like a set of rules on how they judge, because they don't judge it the same as boxing, and they obviously don't judge it the same as MMA because all the rules are different.
Yeah,
you can't, it's not the same rule set as MMA, but the judging is, or the scoring I should say, is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
it's not boxing scoring, because by boxing scoring,
this is a whole different organization. People need to understand too.
Yeah, if they scored it like boxing, that's why there's so many people thinking Paulie won. If you score it as a boxing fight, Paulie would win.
Yeah. Just
because of the boxing scored a lot off of defensiveness and the amount of strikes you throw to what lands and stuff like that. This isn't scored the same as that. This is scored with, they want to see ring control, aggression. They want to say who's pushing the pace. That's how Artem won the last 3 rounds, because he was dictating where the fight was going. So
much pressure on Paulie. I mean, the first couple of rounds, Paulie had really good head movement. I mean, he showed he was the superior boxer.
Oh, for sure.
That's different. You know what I mean? This is bare knuckle fighting.
The first 2 rounds, Paulie.
This is not boxing. You know what I mean? Paulie might have outboxed in those first couple of rounds, but those last 3 rounds, Artem came with the pressure, and that's what they want to see as an organization, and that's what the judges want to see is you putting pressure. And he wobbled Paulie a couple of times.
Yeah. The first 2 rounds was clear. Paulie won for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, his head movement, his footwork, he wasn't really getting touched much. He was landing some punches. None of them were really like significant. It's bare knuckles. Of course, they're gonna cut.
Everything is significant.
Yeah,
kind of.
but they're not.
Yeah.
They weren't like power punches that had Artem rocked or anything like that. And he did his good defensive boxing, stayed out of the way, didn't really get touched much. But round 3, it's like probably got a slow start like he would in a boxing fight. Like when there's more rounds. There's not that many rounds in bare knuckles. So I mean, it's like. You got to go. You got to push the pace from the beginning.
UFC or MMA aspect comes in.
Yeah, you got to push the pace from round 1, and those rounds aren't very long.
Yeah, you don't have 12 rounds for the judges to look back on. You know what I mean?
You only got 2 minutes to try to win a round. You know what I mean?
You got to get it done.
Yeah. So I mean, but the first 2 rounds Paulie definitely won. Round 3, that was one of the closer rounds because that's when Artem was starting to try to put more pressure and stuff. But I still think he won that round. He stayed in Paulie's face the whole time.
Yeah.
He wasn't really letting Paulie get too much off on him. I think that might be the round when he busted Paulie's eye. Or his eyebrow.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think it was in that round. Paulie said he broke his hand in the second round, I believe. And when he came out to the third round, his hand was already broken, and he wasn't throwing it as much, He wasn't throwing it as much in
if he broke his hand, that makes sense.
Third, fourth, and fifth. But, I mean...
Yeah, you still got to go out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where his argument for him saying he won... But he was also saying he barely got touched. Like, he got lit up multiple times.
Yeah,
there was a lot of shots, and especially in those last 3 rounds that Artem landed, and you could see the surprise on Paulie's face when he got hit. Like, there was body shots that had him wobbled.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for all that.
Yeah, I mean, he got lit up. He was trying to say he only got hit clean once, but
I mean, I was sick of how much he was hating on MMA as a sport, period, and just our fans and all kinds of stuff. I wanted to see Artem level him, honestly. And
I think
I have nothing wrong with the decision. I would call the fight, fair regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And I say he won those last 3 rounds for sure.
It could have gone either way. It couldn't have gone. In my eyes, there's no way Paulie would have won that.
No.
If anything, it could have been a draw.
Yeah.
Because that third round was pretty close. But the last 2, Artem definitely won, and the first 2, Paulie definitely won. So that third round's kind of the deciding factor, I guess. But even the third round, Artem dictated where the fight was going to take place. He kept the pressure. He kept Paulie on his back foot the whole time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard. It's really kind of hard to argue if you know that they don't go by boxing rules. By boxing rules, of course, it's different.
Yeah, it's totally different.
They're
game,
basing all the defensive aspects of it and everything too. They don't really do that in MMA and bare knuckle. It's more, they want to see you pushing the pace and putting the pressure on.
Yeah, that's true, and I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, it's to impress this organization and to impress these judges, you're gonna have to put pressure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's just the fight game. Period. It's not a boxing match, and maybe Paulie will fight again. I don't know. Do you think he fights again?
No, not in bare knuckle.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah, I think
it was dumb to begin with.
He said it.
For a decision from him, I think it's dumb. Artem, Artem's like a grunt. You know what I mean? He's like the type of guy that's going to fight regardless, most likely. Sure. So he's, it's no harm on him. But Paulie has a career in something else, and I never understood it from the beginning. I didn't understand why he was so emotional about it either.
I listened to a little bit of Below the Belt earlier, and Shab said that, or the guy that works for Shab also works for Bellator or used to work for Bellator or something.
Yeah.
And so he goes to like all these things as a press guy, and he said that he heard that Paulie got paid 7 figures.
Wow.
So that may be an indication of why he did it.
that would be a reason.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'll go in there for 7 figures right now.
Yeah,
I really will.
I'll take a knock. Just knock me out, shit. I don't even want to be in here. Just knock me out real quick.
Knock me out. Let me get my million. I don't care. Wow. So I'm surprised by that. I guess bare knuckle is paying out, huh?
I guess so.
They got some kind of money.
I'd be curious to see what Artem made.
Probably like 20 grand. I don't know.
I mean, I think during
hopefully not.
Well, when Artem fought Jason Knight, I was reading about trying to figure out what they were making, and I saw something that said that they were making like 50 grand, which is not shit
really
for
not
that.
Much. Definitely not for bare knuckle.
I hope that was wrong. I hope what I read was wrong. Hopefully they're making at least a couple $100,000. You know.
I would say, dude, I would not even want to get into a bare knuckle fight if I wasn't making at least $100K.
Yeah, especially if Paulie got paid 7 figures, and I hope Artem made upper 6 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd really be interested to see. I don't know. It was fun. It was fun though. There were some good fights on the card. I don't have it pulled up right now, but
What, bare knuckle?
yeah, the bare knuckle card.
Yeah. There was a few good fights on there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Chris Lieben fought on there. Mike Beltran.
Yeah, there was some
Not
good
Mike
fighters on there,
Beltran.
actually.
I think Mike Beltran.
There was a lot of UFC guys on there.
Yeah. What's the Beltran? Is it Mike is the referee? I think. This
Oh,
is
you're
a
talking about
different.
the
This is
fighter?
the other Beltran.
Yeah. What's his first name?
Is it? Shit, I don't remember. He used to fight in the UFC though. I think.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. There's a lot of UFC guys on that card.
Yeah.
He did as well. Joey
Beltran.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joey
I
Beltran.
think Mike Beltran's the referee,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but
Complete results were Lobov defeated Malignaggi, unanimous decision, 48-47. Chris Lieben and Cochran defeated Lieben. Cochran. Did you hear about all the Cochran stuff?
I did.
Oh God, man! I haven't even looked it up, and I don't plan on it.
No,
But kudos to him. He's obviously whooping ass too.
Yeah.
So
He
can't really hate
also
on the
beat,
guy, you know?
he also
really-
beat Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah. Yeah, he's beating a lot of good guys. But he beat Lieben unanimous decision 49-46. And then we had Reggie Barnett Jr. and Johnny Bedford. Bedford defeated him by unanimous decision 47-45.
That was a good fight. Bedford won the title in that fight.
Yeah.
He was putting the pressure on that whole fight. Like he was
Yeah.
he's trying to get the dude to come stand in front of him, and homeboy's like running around, and he's like chasing him down, beating the shit out of him.
Dude, I mean, if that's, I mean, you know what, I mean, you're with this organization. You know what they want to see.
Yeah.
Give them what they want if you're going to be a part of this organization.
And
what else can you do, you know?
In the first couple of rounds, he dropped that dude like 3 or 4 times. I thought they were going to stop him, but there's no three knockdown rule in BKFC, so
No,
he just kept going.
Just keep going until somebody gets knocked out or something happens.
Yeah, that was a good fight, though.
And then Julian Lane defeated Tom Shoaf
Oh, yeah.
by unanimous. And then there was Jamie and Joey Beltran. Beltran defeated Jamie Campbell by KO at 150 of round 2.
Yeah.
And then there was Joe Riggs and Walter T. Barrows, unanimous draw.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that
I
one,
saw
too.
that one.
That was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
They were surprised. He said, you meant
It didn't look...
draw, and they all looked around like, what
Yeah,
the
I remember them
hell? And
saying that.
Everybody booed, and they were like,
That's...
the fighters were like, well, shit, pick one of us. Like, we don't even care. Just pick one of us to win. We don't want to draw.
That's the stupidest thing ever. I hate draws.
Mhm.
I feel like somebody always has an edge. Sometimes these judges just aren't sure, and they just go with a draw. And then Jim Ehlers and Elvin Brito. Ehlers defeated him KO at 45 for round 1. Some of it's crazy, these bare knuckle fights. Some of them are just so quick, man. Some of these guys, just that's the thing though. It takes one good shot in bare knuckle, and you're gonna knock somebody out.
The one thing I will say about the way BKFC does it, like, there's not a lot of wasted time in between the fights. Like, they don't go commercial break and stay gone for a long time.
Yeah,
like,
I wish it would stay like that.
if they have a lot of time, like UFC, they have an allotted amount of time that they're going to be that the pay-per-view or whatever is supposed to take.
Yeah.
And if the fight ends in 30 seconds, they kill a bunch of time in between the next fight.
Yeah.
Bare knuckle doesn't do that. They get the next guys out.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
UFC,
rolling on.
we got a lot of time.
Yeah. So all them quick fights, they're just like, all right, bring this
Knock
guy
another one
out.
out, knock another one out.
Yeah.
Like, that's,
There's not a lot of.
it's kind of cool in a way.
Yeah.
There's certain stuff I do like about bare knuckle. And, I'm not mad to see it grow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just more for us combat sports fans to watch,
It's another option, when you got these guys
if the guys want to, if these guys want to put themselves, whether it's at more risk or not, let them,
Yeah.
It's entertaining to us, and, we love combat sports. So
Yeah, when you
I'm
have some
down.
of these older guys that are not fighting in UFC anymore, or they went on a losing streak and they're not signed anymore, this is another option for them to go if they still want to fight,
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, let them do what they want to do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or just pay them. Just make sure they're getting paid.
Yeah, that's what
As long as they're getting
care
paid.
about more than anything. These guys that put literally their lives at risk, I
Yeah.
think they deserve so much money.
As long as they're getting paid, I don't give a shit. I'll watch it. I want to see
I'm the
fights.
same way. I don't know. if anybody out there saw Bellator, but who was it that stuck their toe?
I don't even know who. I don't know who it was. I saw the highlight on Instagram.
It was it's Alfie Davis. He was up against George, or I don't know how you pronounce his first name. It's Jorge or George.
Oh,
it's probably George.
Yeah, probably.
Canelo in London on that card, and Davis was on the canvas, and Canelo was hovering over him. He went to, I guess, leg kick him or something.
Yeah, like a leg kick.
He just stuck his toe literally in the dude's butthole, like 100% in there, bro.
The guy's reaction is the funniest part, man.
Yeah.
He just like he grabbed. He looked at the ref. He's like, "You got what? What's he doing?"
Put his foot in my ass, literally. Oh man! If I didn't see that.
The only thing that would have made that better is if before the fight he would have said, "I'm about to break my foot off in your ass."
It literally does. He should. Boy, I'm about to break my foot off in your ass.
It was funny though, man. The dude's reaction. He just like looked at the ref like, "What the hell did he do?" You know.
When I looked up that clip, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I mean, it wouldn't be funny if it happened to me.
I don't have a foot in my ass.
It's funny to watch it happen to somebody else.
All right, though. I think it'll be okay. But shit, this weekend we got Francis and JDS, man. I'm actually excited, super excited for this fight.
UFC's pissing me off with this. We're gonna put this on ESPN. This is on ESPN3, and this is on ESPN Plus, and this is on.
Only the fight nights are on ESPN Plus, aren't they? The pay-per-views are.
Yeah,
but like these UFCs
they should
on ESPN,
they should all be available on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm paying for ESPN Plus. You should give me the fights on ESPN Plus.
But so what they're doing is they're putting fights on ESPN Plus, and then they're also putting fights on regular ESPN. So you're making it so hard for people who want to watch fights who want just one platform. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have to shouldn't have to have cable or DirecTV and ESPN Plus just to watch pay-per-views. There's so many paywalls.
They can still put it on ESPN, put it on regular ESPN, but you can also put it on Plus.
Yeah.
They should be if I'm paying for Plus, it should be available on Plus.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many different paywalls just to watch every fight in the UFC. Yeah. It's ridiculous. They need to put a handle on this.
And then half the time they'll be on ESPN2 or like in a couple of weeks we got UFC on ESPN4.
Yeah, what?
What the hell, man? Like just put the shit on one platform.
Yeah, put it all on. Just put it
Make
on
it
ESPN
available
Plus.
on Plus.
I mean, we already got the paywalls that we have to pay for pay-per-views on
Yeah.
ESPN Plus. Like, at least just give us the fights that you're going to put on ESPN anyway.
I mean, all you're doing is getting more eyes. If it's on ESPN on TV and people don't have TV and they want to watch,
exactly,
they can watch it on Plus. Then you get those people on Plus, and you also get the people on TV. You know what I mean? I'm sure ad revenue and stuff for TV it pays more for them.
It's got to.
For commercials and shit like that, but. You're still getting money coming from Plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. They need to figure it out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Francis and JDS?
I'm ready to watch this. This is going to be a fun fight.
I'm super excited because
JDS is very dangerous with his...
Yeah, and he's a legend.
His ability to grapple and stuff, but...
He's really good on the ground. That's the only thing. I want to see how Francis deals with that this time around. Because JDS isn't Stipe, but at the same time he can drag you to the ground like Stipe.
Yeah.
JDS is really tough. He's really strong.
But all it takes is one punch.
That's what I'm saying.
We saw what he did to Kane.
A big savage, but yeah, exactly.
And we saw what he did to Kane in the first round.
He's such a savage that anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But also I think right now JDS is still in a way better spot than Kane.
Yeah.
Kane's obviously weathered. So, I don't know. I'm still excited to see this. Francis is on a tear, and, I don't know. I think Francis might get it done, Yeah. I think he's hungry right now. He's looking for this big matchup. He's looking to get to the belt. If he wins a fight like this, who's to say he's not ready for that? Mm-hmm. So, Francis, JDS, I think Francis is going to get it done.
Yeah.
As tough as JDS is, I think Francis gets it done. But, anything could happen.
Francis is the favorite.
Yeah.
He's like a minus 220 or minus 250 favorite.
Yeah. I think it'll be a close fight, but I think if Francis gets a hold of him, I think he might knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be close, but I think Francis gets it done
by
round 3.
Yeah.
I would say, unless JDS is just in prime form.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I could see it going to decision. I definitely think it's going to be a finish.
Yeah, it's just we got to see where Francis is at, which he's been on a tear lately. But
he's looked good his last few fights.
Yeah,
so.
And he can beat wrestlers. He can beat guys that are good on the ground. We saw that with Curtis Blades, and but he did lose to Derek Lewis and he lost to Stipe. Those fights are on his record, but at the same time, he's still such a young fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't even been in the sport that long. To me, those were still warm-up fights for him.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. He's really got to show up this weekend and prove himself to me.
Yeah.
And I think he will. I think Francis has a great future ahead of him. And I honestly think he'll eventually be the heavyweight champion, so I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, then co-main event for Maiga and Joseph Benavidez.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Benavidez, y'all would know him from his dime piece girl, Megan O'Leary. Works for the UFC.
Yeah.
She's so fun.
So fun.
And they're like the same size. She's little, and Joseph Benavidez is like 5'2"
well.
or something. He's tiny.
Yeah, a little small dude.
Yeah. I guess before that, Damian Maia, Anthony Rocco Martin. I don't know much about Anthony Rocco Martin.
I haven't
heard the name.
I haven't watched too many fights of his.
He fought Sergio Moraes in March. Yeah, he's on the come up, I guess. He's fought a lot of guys that I'm not too familiar with.
How old is he? I wonder.
He's 16-4.
So he's got some fights.
Yeah, he's 29.
Yeah, he's pretty much right in his prime right now, you'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're about the same size. He's got a little bit more reach than Maia. It's hard to bet against Maia though. He's so talented.
It's almost.
His jiu-jitsu is like so many levels above most people. Like,
yeah, it's like on that Brian Ortega level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I think Damian Maia might get that done.
Yeah,
but Rocco Martin's a lot younger,
Yeah.
And Damian's been in the game for a minute, so that's one of those things. It's like, if Damian's having a good night, he'll get it done. But Rocco Martin comes in there ready to fight, he might get it done.
Yeah.
I think I'll take Damian Maia in that one though. He's so good on the ground, and regardless of how old he is, he's so good on the ground. I think he can get it done. I don't really know anybody else on that card.
That Roosevelt Roberts guy just fought a couple months ago. He fought the white guy from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Remember that fight? The country guy with long hair. He was fighting him.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
He's
look
undefeated.
far from us.
Yeah, Roosevelt. Yeah, he's 8-0, and he looked really good in that fight.
He's been looking really good.
Yeah. I don't know too much about him.
I follow him on Instagram as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Twitter, one of them.
Yeah. Other than that, he's undefeated. He's fought. He was in Ultimate Fighter. Or Ultimate Fighter 28. He won the finale, and I guess that's when he got signed to the UFC. So his first fight on the UFC roster was against that Thomas Gifford guy, which was he was impressive. He looked good in that fight.
Yeah.
And then Drew Dober, Marco Polo Reyes, Alonzo Minifield, and Paul Craig, and then of course it was supposed to be Woodley and Lawler, but that's not happening. So
we now have Lawler Covington.
Yep. There'll be some pretty good card though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mostly excited for Francis and them, but
mostly excited for next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do another podcast coming up here pretty soon, and we're going to talk about the July 8th card, the Jones Santos card.
Yeah.
Super excited for that one because it's such a stacked card, and we're going to try to go into detail on some of those fights.
Yeah, I saw today John Jones got his license for 239.
Oh yes,
that's approved. So
awesome.
Yeah, he's good to go on that.
Man, I like the Jones right now.
Somebody with ESPN did a sit down interview with him where they were talking about he's got a loss on his record because it was a disqualification loss.
Yeah.
Early in his career in the UFC, he was whooping this dude's ass and he hit him with an illegal elbow and they stopped the fight. That. And they were asking him about it, because he didn't really lose. He was whooping the dude's ass.
Yeah. And
he just lost because of disqualification. So they were asking him about it, and he's like, I don't beat myself up about it anymore. It shit happens. He's like, I kind of like having that there, so I'm not technically undefeated anymore. So it's like, he's like, I feel like a lot of people who are undefeated are trying to protect that zero instead of like putting it all in the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're just so worried about being undefeated that it ends up costing them.
Mm-hmm.
Jones has got the right mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they said something about, nobody really beating him, and he's like, well, talking about when he was a kid, he got the shit kicked out of him by some dude named Leonard. And they were like, nobody believes that guy right now. He's going around telling everybody he whooped John Jones' ass and nobody believes him.
That's hilarious. Just imagine being that guy. I bet you won't fight him now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Yeah, it's interesting, though. I mean, I like John a lot.
I'm excited for that card. Excited to watch. Oh, I mean, he's always exciting to watch.
Yeah.
That's always something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, that card's stacked, too.
Hell yeah, it is.
I don't know if we really...
Anything else?
I don't know if I have any other news items. I thought there was some more, but I think that's all I had. Just
I don't think we have anything
Lawler.
else really this week. Any more news or anything? I think we've already pretty much...
Who knows? Bellator's probably hiding a card from us somewhere. It'll just pop up out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah, just have a card. Oh, Bellator, help us out.
Yeah.
I guess so. We just need to...
If there's anything else, we'll try to post something about it or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
This is just kind of a quick one to get some of this news out of the way.
Yeah. And we wanted to give our predictions on Francis and JDS and to kind of talk about the bare knuckle fight a little bit. And we got to talk about everything. But we'll be doing another podcast pretty soon for that card on John Jones and Santos. And we'll be looking forward to that. And y'all hit us up on Instagram or somewhere. Give us a little feedback. We got a Facebook page as well. Maybe leave us a review on iTunes. That would help us out a lot.
Yeah, the podcast is on YouTube also. Every time I post one, it goes to YouTube now. So
straight to YouTube.
There's only a couple episodes that are not on there, but I'm going to go back and try to get them added.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
if you just listen to stuff on YouTube, look us up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just search Untrained Experts Podcast or something like that, and you'll find us.
Just the audio format, but still, it's another way to listen. So
yeah, tell your friends about us. Anybody that likes MMA, just tell them to check out our podcast, give us a listen, and as always, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.